Ladies and gentlemen, now a Spark Talk from Borja.
Raise one pointing finger like this. Come on, do it. Raise the other hand the same way. And I want you, with your left hand, to touch your nose, touch your fingers, touch your nose, touch your fingers. It looks really easy, right? It actually looks like the worst energizer ever. Well, just so you know, this is the first test that any neurologist in the world is going to try with you to assess how bad is your brain damage after you have a stroke. My name is Borja. I work at Sciences Lightinenses, and I had a stroke exactly 4 months ago today. Actually, today is really meaningful for me. It's the anniversary of the day, June 10th. I'm sure that you guys are wondering, what are the chances for someone like me to have a stroke? I'm young, I'm healthy, I have run 4 marathons in the last 3 years. I eat mostly healthy, I have free food at Google, except for the ice creams and the chocolates, and I'm never giving up on those. I have never smoked in my life, I barely drink. Well, actually the chances are really, really low. Less than 1 in 100,000 a year for me to have a stroke. That day was really scary. I always thought that when you have a stroke, it's something really sudden and fast. Actually, it's not. It happens little by little. I woke up that morning, I exercised a little, and when I was going to take a shower, suddenly my whole body felt weak. I lost balance, and I fall in the bathroom. Whoa, what's going on? I thought that I was having a sugar low. So I went to the fridge, and while I was eating a yogurt, suddenly my whole body felt weak again, and I fall in the kitchen. Whoa, I didn't know what was going on. No one has told me ever what I should feel when I have a stroke. I decided to take a nap. Hopefully I will feel better after. I took my nap, and I was feeling better. Wow, what a relief. This is amazing. Over time, I started to feel weak again. And everything started to slow down a little. My voice was a little slow, and I noticed tickles in my fingers. And I didn't know what's going on, so I decided to take a second nap. Hopefully it will work. And when I woke up, I thought, I'm having the weirdest day ever. Let's take some fresh air. And I left my apartment, and I was going to go to the elevator. And as soon as I was going to enter the elevator, I hit my left side with the elevator. Wow, what's going on? I went down to my building, and when I was going to cross the door of my building, I hit my left side again with the door of the building. Wow, my brain is not measuring right the distances. What's going on? I went to the street, I walked to the end of the street, I turned left, and as soon as I turned, I bumped into something. I looked at it, there was a huge trash can in front of me. My brain had totally filtered that trash can was there 1 second ago. It was terrifying. Guys, I entered in panic mode, I went back home, I took my cell phone, and I wrote a friend, please come, I need to go to the hospital, something is going on. In the 20 minutes that took her to come, my whole left side froze. My leg, my arm, my fingers, all got paralyzed. My whole left side of my face got paralyzed to the point that when my friend came, I wasn't able to pronounce one word. It was really scary. The first 6 hours since you have a stroke are the most important ones, because if you go to the hospital, they can give you an injection that is going to dissolve all your blood in your brain, and you have way more chances to first survive and then to recover. It took me 7 hours to figure out that something was really serious with me. They couldn't put me in injection. I could have died for my mistake. If you feel that something is off ever, please run to the hospital. Don't wait. Google Insurance is amazing. I promise you. Fun fact, that wasn't the scariest day of my life. The scariest day of my life was next morning. I woke up, I opened my eyes, and I only could see blood in front of me. It was like being inside of a horror movie. There was a whiteboard in the hospital, in my room, and there was the medicines and the names of the doctors. I tried to read. That's the first thing that I tried to do when I woke up that morning. I couldn't read one word. It was like a cloud in front of me. I looked to my left. I asked my fingers to move, and they didn't move. That was the scariest moment of my life, by far. I'm sure that you guys are wondering, what are the chances for me to be here in front of you, like nothing happened, fully recovered, and with this big smile in my face? Well, actually the chances are also really, really low. Only 10% of stroke patients fully recover the way I did. If you do the math, now you can officially say that I'm 1 in a million. That's my number now. I had 1 in a million chances to have a stroke this year and then to fully recover. It's been a really scary roller coaster, but I have learned a lot about myself, about my life, and about what I want in the future. And I want to share with you don't cry. And I want to share with you my 3 biggest learnings. Hopefully, they will be helpful. First learning, I have learned that I have 2 families now. I'm that lucky. I have my family from Spain. They were amazing. As soon as they found out, my parents flew from Spain, my sister from Austria, my brother from London, they all came to support me. My mom was holding my hand 24/7 for 2 weeks until I left the hospital. They were incredible. But I also have learned that I have a second family, and that's my Google family. You guys were incredible. I got so many calls and emails and flowers and gifts and visits to the hospital. I cannot express with words how thankful I am to have you all in my life. Thank you, guys. But there are a few people that I want to call out by name because they are heroes for me now. 2 days after my stroke, I sent my first email. And I was so messed up that I was writing the email like this with 2 fingers. And I couldn't even see the screen. So I was trying to read the screen like, what am I writing? It took me 3 hours to write 3 paragraphs, all that morning. I perfectly remember. That email was for Kirk and for Michael, my manager. I was basically telling Kirk, please don't give up on me. I really thought that I was never going to be able to work again. And Kirk, you wrote me. You wrote me this incredibly thoughtful email that put me in tears instantly. You don't know this, but that email was the beginning of my recovery. Thank you. We are lucky to have you as our leader. The second people that I want to call out are Michael, my manager, and Karen Soder. They came up with this incredible idea to hire a translator for my parents to be able to understand the doctors at the hospital. I finally said no because my siblings are bilingual, but I have never heard of a company or a manager that is willing to do something like that for an employee. I'm so grateful to work at Google. Thank you, manager. Michael, you have been amazing on my journey. And the last people that I want to call out are Emma and Becky from my team. They were holding my hand for 12 hours the day after my stroke until my parents survived. I was terrified. I can only imagine how scary it was for them. Thank you. Second learning, it doesn't matter how difficult it looks. Don't give up. Something amazing will happen. 1 week after my stroke, I was still in the hospital. It was really early in the morning, and I got an Amazon box. It was from some of you, Justin Webb and the GTech team. Thank you. I opened it, and it was amazing. It was really thoughtful because it was all things for me to relearn. It's exactly what I needed. It was a 3D pen for me to write, and a cubic rope for mobility, and inside there was 3 juggle balls. And I have always loved to juggle since I was a kid. It's one of those things that you never forget. If you know how to juggle, you can do it with your eyes closed. So I was excited, and I took the balls, and I tried to juggle. And as soon as I tried to juggle, 1 second after, all the balls fell to the floor. My brain had forgotten how to juggle. I was like a baby, relearning everything from scratch. I tried to do it a few more times. I couldn't do it. Back then, I used to have 4 hours of intensive therapy every day. It was brutal. I told my physical therapist today we were not going to do anything. Today we were going to relearn how to juggle. We spent 4 hours juggling. I couldn't do it even once. And at the end of the session, she told me, Borja, this is way too advanced for you now, maybe in a few weeks. And I told her, no, this is going to happen today. I went back to my room and I kept trying. And I couldn't do it, but I noticed that every time that I tried, I was 1 millimeter closer to be able to do it. And some of you came that day, Aras and Sam, I don't know where you are, but you came that day. And I perfectly remember telling you, and I cannot juggle, and I'm so pissed, and what's going on? And you left. And I kept trying, and it wasn't about juggling anymore. In my mind, it was like, if I'm able to relearn how to juggle, I'm going to be able to relearn to do everything. It was a constant battle to be myself again. Every day was a battle. I tried, and I failed that day 1 million times. My sister was recording me from time to time. But at the end of the day, this happened. And that was the moment that I knew that everything was going to be all right. That's the moment that I knew that I was going to be myself. This is the video that I sent to my family. Thank you. This is the video that I sent to my family, my grandma, my friends. I posted in social media. I'm alive, and everything is going to be all right. Guys, it doesn't matter how difficult it looks. Don't give up, and something amazing will happen. And this also applies to the VIPs for next year, by the way. And here my third learning, and actually the biggest one of all. The day that I left the hospital, it was 2 weeks after my stroke. And I was actually almost fully recovered. Actually, doctors were really impressed with my recovery. My leg, my arms, my fingers all came back. My vision came back. The only thing that was missing was my face. The whole left side of my face was still paralyzed the day that I left the hospital. But I was happy because I was leaving the hospital and I was with my family in New York. And honestly, I was grateful that I was alive. So the first thing that I did with my family, we went to my rooftop in New York. And there was someone there, and my dad said, can you take us a picture? And I remember thinking, this is my moment. I'm going to put this big smile in my face. I'm going to show the world that I'm fully recovered, that I made it. In my mind, I thought that I was putting this huge smile. The day I took the picture, I took the cell phone, I looked to the screen. I was so embarrassed of what I saw that I asked my dad to delete that picture. Thankfully, he didn't do it. This is the picture. I don't know if you can appreciate it in the picture, but my right side is full of life and smiling and happy, and it has wrinkles and it has life. My full left side is fully paralyzed. There is no one wrinkle in my face. I couldn't move one muscle. That was supposed to be me for the rest of my life. 2 days after this picture, I went back to Spain, and I kept attending therapy, and I kept doing my exercises 24/7, non-stop. And 1 month after, I was with a friend, and we were having a coffee, and we were chatting, and we were like having fun, and she said something funny, and she made me smile, and I smiled, and she said, Borja, you're smiling. And I said, don't tease me, that's not funny. No, you are really smiling. And I was like, come on, stop. And I perfectly remember that she said, okay, let me take us a selfie because I want to show our friends in Spain that you can smile. So I put the cell phone, and I remember trying to put the same smile that I put in the rooftop. And I took the selfie, and I looked at the cell phone. And that was the first time that I recognized myself in a month. That was my first smile. This is it. This is the picture that I sent to everyone, all my friends, my family, my grandma, with the text, I can freaking smile. I was so happy. Guys, this is my biggest lesson of all, and the reason why I'm never gonna forget what I went through. Now, every time that I smile twice. Once for the thing that made me smile, but now I have like an automatic click in my brain that made me smile a second time because I always remember how grateful and how lucky I am that I still can smile. Guys, try it. It's a life changer. We are the luckiest people in the world. We work at Google, the best company in the world. And we are lucky enough to work in the best division at Google. We are in GCAS, surrounded by these amazing people. Don't forget to be grateful and smile today. Thank you.